everyone, welcome back. Today we have a really fun video. It's going to be a makeup haul and a try on. My birthday was last weekend and I have some new stuff from Sephora. I have some new things from Ulta and a few things that I actually bought a few weeks ago during the Sephora Friends and Family that I haven't used and I haven't shown you. So we're just going to be sharing a haul and using some of the products today. I can't use everything because for certain categories I have multiple things, but I'll share with you what I have and what you can expect in future videos that I won't be using today. If you're new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you'll subscribe and let's get into it. Okay, typically I would start with color corrector. I don't have a new one of those to use today, so we'll do that after we do foundation. But I want to share the four new foundation skin tint products that I got. First, I got from Ulta the MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation. This, I haven't really seen too many things about it. I think this has been out, I don't know, a few weeks or so. And I've actually never tried a MAC foundation other than their powder foundation. That's all I've ever used from them. And then years ago, I did try the Face and Body, but I've never tried like their traditional foundations, like the traditional liquid foundations. So I did get this. I don't think this is the one I'm going to use today. I got the shade NC17, but I do plan to do a video on that, but I wanted to share. Then on my birthday, I was in Sephora and I did get the new Glossier foundation. So this is the Stretch Fluid Foundation and I am actually very excited about this. I was very, very impressed with this when I was swatching them on the back of my hand. Sometimes with foundations, when I go and test them in store, I can kind of tell pretty quick if it's going to be something that I think I would like. And as soon as I tested this on the back of my hand, I thought, yeah, I definitely need to try that one. So I think this is the one I'm going to use today. But of course, that's not it. I have two other things that I have not tried. And these I actually bought during the Friends and Family sale a few weeks ago. These are not, well, one of them is pretty new. The other one is newer, but not super new. So I did get the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. This I have seen a lot about, and I have yet to see really anyone say they really didn't like it. So I have not tried much from this brand, so I'm very excited to give that a try. And then I did end up getting the Fenty Eavesdrop Blur Smooth Tint Stick. So if you are new to my channel, I love the Fenty Eavesdrop, the original. I have it right here. I love that one. So I kind of went back and forth on if I was going to get this or not, but I figured because I know I love the liquid version, I really wanted to try the stick version. So I did get that. So yeah, we have a lot of new foundation complexion products to try. All right, so I want to use the Glossier today. I don't know why. I want to try all of them, but obviously I only have one face, so we're going to try this one. So this is the new Stretch Fluid Foundation. This, I believe, comes in 32 shades. Let me double check, but I think that's right. Yes, it comes in 32 shades. It retails for $34. It's supposed to be a medium coverage with a natural finish, which natural finish foundations are my favorite. I love something right in the middle between dewy and more of a matte finish. So I am very excited to try this. The box says light to medium coverage, natural finish. Apply 1 to 2 pumps onto clean, moisturized skin and blend for a seamless finish. So the third ingredient in here is squalane, which is good. It's really high up in the ingredients. Glycerin is the 6th ingredient. Has shea butter in it. I will say I actually really love the packaging on this. Like, I think they did a great job on this. Feels very nice, very heavy. It's a glass bottle. And I don't know, it doesn't look like everything else. Looks like a foundation, but it doesn't look like everything that you see all the time. I don't know. I really like it. Has the G on the cap right there. It's cute. I actually have a brand new 106 from BK Beauty that's never been used to break in this foundation. So I got shade Light 2. I think this is going to be a pretty good shade for me. So it's not a super liquidy foundation. It feels really good though. It feels very moisturizing. It does have a little, like just a hint of a smell to it. It's very mild, so it's not anything like crazy, but I do smell a little something. Now let's blend this in. I actually never tried the Glossier skin tint. Is it called the Stretch skin tint? I know it's the Stretch concealer. I don't even know what the name of it is, but the one that was in the little squeezed bottle, I think they still sell that. But everything I've ever heard about that was that it was basically water in a bottle with like a little bit of tint in it. So yeah, this is blending out really, really nicely. It feels pretty thin on the skin, but it's not a super thin consistency. Like, it's definitely a little bit on the thick side. It's not runny. You guys, my cats are in here with me, and there is a fly in here, and it's been in here for at least a day, and it's driving them nuts. One of them is like, every time I look beyond the camera, he's like jumping up in the air trying to catch this fly. It's cracking me up. So if you hear noises, that's what it is. Loving the finish on this so far. I would agree, this looks like a true natural finish to me. Has a little bit of glow, as you can see, but I wouldn't call it a dewy foundation or really radiant. And I love how thin it feels when you apply it, even though when you pump it out, the formula doesn't feel that thin, but it is. Let's see how buildable it is. Okay, yeah, so it's definitely buildable because it definitely added some additional coverage in this area. All right, so this is it applied all over. This is pretty, you guys. I mean, it looks like skin, like true skin, just a little bit more even. I don't know that I would say this is medium coverage. I would say like a light medium, in between a light and a medium, I guess is what I would say. 100% agree with the natural finish. It has a little slight bit of glow, but I would say it looks just like natural skin. Not emphasizing anything on my face at all in terms of like texture, and the shade is pretty dang good. All right, before we move on, I'm gonna do some color corrector. This is not new, but I am very impressed with this foundation so far. So I'm using Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish in medium. Okay, a couple more random things I got at Ulta. This is new from Real Techniques. This is the Miracle 2-in-1 Powder Puff. So you have a like powder puff on one side and a sponge on the other side. I was also at Ulta or it was around my birthday, like day after or so. And they had these in the front of the store, and of course my mom pointed it out and told me I should try. So there's a sponge and then a powder puff, but the back says you use them dry. Like even the sponge side, you're supposed to use dry, which is very interesting. So I figured we could try that with concealer. I don't have a new concealer. I do have new concealers, but not new, like I've never tried them before. I have all the new ones that you've seen me try. I did get the COSRX Advanced Snail 92 All-in-One Cream. They repackaged this recently and put it in a tube instead of that big jar that it used to be in. I've been through a whole one of those. I loved it. So this was on the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty the day I was there. So I did get that. And I have a few other things in there that we'll get to. But let's do concealer and we can try this sponge here. It feels very different. I mean, it feels like the Real Techniques sponge, I guess, but I don't know. It feels a little bit different. For the concealer, we're just gonna use, I think I'm gonna use Tower 28 today. So I have two of them. I have DTLA and CC. So I think I'm gonna use a little bit of both. I'm definitely a brush girl when it comes to blending out concealer, so I'm a little bit nervous about this. I actually don't know the last time I didn't use a brush to blend out my concealer. If you hear the noise, that is my cat. I mean, blend it out pretty quick. Yeah, I mean, it works. I just, you guys, I am such like a creature of habit with my brushes. I feel like I get exactly the kind of blend that I want with my brushes, and I don't know. I'm just a brush girl. I do want to try the other side though for the powder puff for like powder under my eyes, so maybe we'll do that today too. Okay, I am also gonna take DTLA, which is shade 4, and I'm gonna add this right here just to get a little bit more coverage, because that Glossier foundation, yeah, I wouldn't say that's a true medium coverage to me. So I'm just gonna add that and try to get some more coverage. Maybe I should use this to blend this out on my face. I do like that because you use this dry, it doesn't feel like it's picking up all your product, because that's kind of my issue with using sponges for applying things like foundation or concealer, because I feel like a lot of times it really picks up too much of your product and you have to keep on adding more and more and more. Okay, so this is working well for that. Yeah, maybe this is what I'll use this thing for, because I'm a very big fan of using a light coverage, light medium coverage base product, and then just using concealer anywhere where I need more coverage. For bronzer today, I'm going to use this. This is actually pretty new to me. It's not part of this haul. I got this, I don't know, probably a month or so ago. And I've used it on my own, but I haven't used it in a video. This is the LYS Cream Bronzer in the shade Motivate, which I believe is the lightest shade. I really like this. However, I am actually not a huge fan of this triangle applicator. I don't know. I see people like drawing it on all the time, but I kind of find this, I don't know. Something about the shape of it I don't really love, but I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand. It's a beautiful formula. I just don't love drawing it on my skin, but I'm going to build it up on this BK Beauty brush and start applying it. It's also pretty pigmented, so I also find applying it this way is actually better, because it can be a lot if you apply too much. All right, moving on. I have two blushes, and I'm not sure which one I want to use. Neither of these are like brand new launches, but they've been things that I've been very curious about. So I got the Say Glow Sculpt. These were super popular when they came out, or I feel like I heard about them a lot. And this was the one that was always kind of in the back of my mind. And it's Mauve Glow. I just loved the color of this one. So this is a very interesting formula. It's kind of a, I don't know, like a blush highlighter, I guess. So that's Mauve Glow. I just really loved that color. But then I held off for so long on this and I finally just gave in. I've had so many people ask me why I don't own this blush because this just seems exactly like the kind of color I would go for. This is the new Dior Rosy Glow blush in Rosewood. So I have the two original blushes before they changed the formula and the packaging. But I actually didn't plan on getting one of these because I remember when they came out, I was in store and I swatched them and I don't know, I wasn't impressed by the swatches at all. But I keep hearing from people that they apply beautifully, they just don't swatch super well. So that is Rosewood and that is Mauve Glow from Say. Okay, so my dilemma now is, do I use both or do I just use one? I'm kind of wanting to use that Dior blush by itself because I feel like I've never used these before and I don't know if I want to layer them. Then I also won't be able to see them on their own. So I think I'm going to go in with the Dior on its own because this is the one, I've been wanting this one. I should have bought it when it came out. I just tried to resist and I don't know why. Because we all know I'm going to buy it eventually. Okay, so I'm going to use the Smashbox angled cheek brush. Love the color. I am a pink blush girl. And if it's like a rose color, then that's even more up my alley. I also love like the really bright pink ones that have been popular for so long. I love that too, but I just love a good pinky rose color. And I mean, come on, Blair, why were you waiting on this one? I mean, come on. Of course I needed this blush. I only have 87. I actually don't know how many I have at the moment, so I may not have 87, but yeah, that is stunning. Love the color. Love that. Love, love, love. Okay, I'm gonna quickly set my under eyes with the Huda powder. Just a little bit of it because honestly, I still have not decided if I love the Tower 28 set with powder or not, the concealer. So I'm still kind of trying to figure that out, but I'm gonna do it just to try this thing out. So I'm gonna take the other side of this thing here. I don't really know what to call it. Just lightly set right here, right in this inner corner. Yeah, I don't know how I like, this feels a little bit bulky under your eyes, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna love that for my under eyes in general. I will probably use it, like I said earlier, to spot conceal on my face, but I don't know. Moving on, I actually have some new brow products. One I got from Sephora and one I got from Ulta. This is not new to me. I used to use this years ago and I don't know why I quit using it, but I bought it again. So I did get the new Kosas Brow Pop Nano, the ultra fine detailing pencil. I keep hearing people talk about this and how great this brow pencil is. I have never tried Kosas brow products before, so I figured I would try this, but look how tiny this little pencil is. It looks like that. Look how tiny the point is. Do you see that? It's so small. But everyone that's used it that I've seen has really liked how tiny it is because you can really create those really natural looking hair strokes. So I want to try that. And then I bought one of these. If you've been around my channel since the beginning, you may remember me using this. This used to be my absolute favorite clear brow gel. It's from NYX, the Control Freak brow gel. But let's start with the Kosas brow pencil. I got the shade medium brown. Let me swatch this. So that is medium brown. Definitely feels like more of a waxy formula, not super creamy. But let's just try this out. I'm gonna start how I've been doing it lately, which is kind of brushing my brows down and outlining the top Yeah, it's not super creamy, but it's not like difficult to apply. So I'm brushing them back up now, and we'll try kind of filling them in. Starting with this brow first, because this is my easy brow of the two. Okay, yeah, that worked really, really well. And I think the color is really good. I feel like a lot of people like Kosas brow products. I've just never tried them. So I'm going in the front now, and this is mainly what I was excited about with this pencil, because sometimes in the front of your brow it can be a little bit tricky if you have a pencil that's on the larger side. All right, I'm gonna set them in place now with the NYX Control Freak. The only thing I wish they would change about it is I wish the spoolie part was smaller, because this is like a mascara wand. But I remember this used to be my favorite clear brow gel. Still like I remember it. Hopefully it holds my brows well. From what I remember, it did before. So let's do the other side. Okay, moving on to the eyes. We actually have several new eye products. And I'm not entirely sure which one I want to use. So we'll start with this one from Ulta. This is the last Ulta thing, actually. But I got one of these About Face eye paints, the Fractal Eye Paints Glitter Mousse Eyeshadow in the shade Fracture. I have one of these, but it's one of the matte colors. I don't have one of the shimmery colors. So I got this one. I think it was Nikki LaRose I saw using this color. So that's it there. It's kind of a gold champagne. Has a lot of different shifts to it, but really, really pretty. So I have that I kind of want to use, but I also got one of the new Merit Solo Shadows, the matte eye colors. I'm sure you've probably seen these everywhere, as have I. And these are very intriguing. Formula is very different from really any other cream shadows that I can think of that I've tried. I only got one. I really wanted a few of them, but I figured I would just try one first to see how I like it, and then maybe I'll end up getting another one. But I got, of course, a very neutral color. I got this shade Vachetta, which is the second lightest shade. But yeah, these have a very unique feeling formula. They are extremely thin and creamy feeling, but then they truly do dry down. Like that's the shade there. That looks like such a good neutral brown. But they're not lying when they say these set down and they do not move, because I was in Sephora and I was playing around with a few of them, and I went to go find some makeup remover to get them off, and I had a very hard time getting them off once the swatches had dried. And then I did get one more eye thing, because this is Martina Lily's fault. Martina, if you're watching, you probably are. This one I'm blaming on you. You guys, we had like a FaceTime call a few days ago, and we were on the phone again for like 3 hours. We were talking about all the new stuff coming out, and she asked me if I was gonna get this. This is the Kosas Undressed palette. I said, I don't know, but it's in my online Sephora cart, which it was at the time. And I remember this, I think this was released like the day after the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude, and I saw it and I remember looking at it, but I was like, oh, you know, the I Need a Nude's coming out. I need a nude, I need a nude. So I got that, but this little palette, of course, stayed in the back of my head, and it is the most basic of basic palettes. So this is what it looks like. You get 8 shades in here, 1 shimmer, and 7 matte shades. Did I need this? Absolutely not. But it's so basic and boring that I kind of wanted it. And y'all know me and my neutral shadows. So here we are. Kind of thinking maybe I should use these two today and use the Kosas in a different video. All right, we're gonna go in with the Merit shadow. I did just apply like 1 dot of this eye primer from Rare Beauty. I think they say you don't need anything with these Merit shadows, but I like to do it just to kind of even out my eyelids a little bit beforehand. But let's go in with this Merit shadow. I'm gonna use a MAC 217 with this, which is my preferred brush for cream shadows. I know they actually came out with a brush with these, but I did not pick that up because I really didn't need it. But I am just gonna apply this on the lid and up. Love this color. It's very neutral, perfect like one and done shadow though. Very easy to apply. No complaints there. I am a huge fan of a one and done eyeshadow. In fact, most days I wear like one thing on my eyes, maybe 2. So I'm definitely a fan of this type of product. Yeah, that's pretty. I applied it very sparingly just because I don't want a super intense eye look today, but yeah, that applied beautifully. I will say that these are kind of hard to screw back on to me. So you're supposed to screw it and then you have to keep turning it and you'll hear it like click. Sometimes it seems like it doesn't want to click, but love that color. Perfect one and done eyeshadow for sure. No blending issues. Excited for that. I also really want the green one, which I think green is called Viper. So if I end up liking how this wears today, I will probably get the green one. But let's use a little bit of this eye paint on the top just because the colors go well and I just kind of want to. I'm gonna just kind of put this in the center. This kind of reminds me of Space Cowboy from Urban Decay, the color. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Obviously you could apply more than this and get more payoff from it, but I just kind of want like a light sparkle in the center of my eye. Basic of basic eye looks, but y'all know that's what I like. So I will use this in a different video with the other things that I did not use today. So stay tuned. But Martina, this one is your fault. I just did a little bit of eyeliner. I was in the mood. I didn't film that because I just used my Charlotte Classic Eye Powder Pencil. But I do have a new mascara to try. I don't remember the last time I even tried a new mascara. I feel like it's been a while. But I got the Benefit Fan Fest Fanning and Volumizing Mascara. I love Benefit Roller Lash. I don't really buy it anymore because e.l.f. Lash and Roll is just as good in my opinion. But I don't know. I wanted to try a new one. So I figured I would try that one because I know typically I like Benefit mascaras. Almost got the new Huda Beauty One Coat Wow, but that one, I don't know. I feel like from what I've seen, it seems really hit or miss. Like people either love it or really don't like it. So decided to go with this one instead. I wish it came in brown. I know I say this all the time, but why will none of these brands make these mascaras in brown? I do not understand it. Okay, so there it is. Different packaging. Has a curved wand, which I typically really like. Looks like Benefit Roller Lash, but it's not, I don't think, it's not the rubberized wand like that one. Okay, it's definitely a drier formula, I would say. Okay, definitely added length for sure. Definitely a pretty dry formula though. Like it's not wet at all. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Okay, so you can build this one. Yeah, I feel like that's nice. It's nice. It would be nicer if it came in brown, but I added a lot of length. I don't think I can see where the name comes from. It's definitely giving my lashes like more of a fanned out effect than it is giving a lot of volume. Yeah, so definitely a lot of length. I don't know that it's super separating. I don't know. I feel like it's definitely making them look longer, and I see the fanned out effect. I don't know. I don't know if I love it, just based on first impression. See if it transfers down or wears well. But I don't know. Applying it was not like the most enjoyable experience, so I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Have you guys tried this? All right, last for the lips, we have, of course, a few lip products. I don't have a new lip liner, but I did get one of the new Patrick Ta lipsticks, of course. He recently released new shades of the matte suede lipsticks and the lip creams. Did not get the lip creams. I probably will eventually. Actually, I think the color I wanted was out of stock when I ordered this, but super pretty Patrick Ta packaging. This one is the shade Flushed. Looks like that, just like a true pinky nude. And I also want blushing. Now that I'm looking at it, I probably should have gotten blushing. I feel like that one might be more my vibe in terms of the color, but that's the one I have. And then I have one of the new Say Glossy Bounce Hydrating Lip Oils. And this one I got in the shade Dip. So there is Dip and there is Flushed from Patrick Ta. All right, we'll use Tower 28 in Work of Art. All right, I guess we'll use the gloss and the lipstick. So I'm gonna go into the Patrick Ta in the shade Flushed. And I'm just kind of dotting it on because I don't want like a ton of color. You've never tried his lipstick formula before. They're very matte, but they're very creamy, but they have like a velvety finish feel to them. They're not thick feeling on your lips at all. They're very, very thin. Ooh, I actually like that color more than I thought. Okay. And then we will top it off with the Say lip oil in the shade Dip. Ooh, that's a really nice lip oil. All right, again, I know everyone is coming out with lip oils. That one feels really thin, not sticky at all, just very hydrating. All right, you guys, that is everything for this haul. Try on, get ready with me. I hope you like this style of video. I want to kind of go over everything, my thoughts on them as of right now. I am not going to be able to do like a wear test today in terms of filming it and sharing clips and all that. I have to wear this makeup all day today. I'm actually going out to dinner tonight, so I'm going to keep this makeup on all day. And it's like lunchtime right now, so I should get at least a good 8 hours, if not a little bit more, of a wear on this makeup. I think one of the most exciting and impressive things in this video is definitely the foundation. This foundation looks fantastic. It looks stunning. Everything that I love in a foundation. Natural, skin-like, not heavy. This looks really good. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's gonna wear well because this may be a new favorite if it does, because I love the look of this. I feel like this is a perfect everyday foundation if you want a little bit more than a skin tint, but not full medium to full coverage foundation. This kind of falls right in between, and I love how it looks. So fingers crossed on that. Oh, and the other standout for me is the blush. What was I doing waiting on that Dior blush? I keep looking in this mirror here and thinking, oh my God, that blush is so good. So pretty. So yeah, that's on me for waiting too long to try that out. But those two are definitely like the standouts for me of everything. The brow pencil is nice. I liked it. I really like how small and tiny it is. It's very convenient, especially if you have a lot of filling in to do with your brows and you really want to create those really fine brow strokes. It's nice. I don't think it's like revolutionary or anything. I think there are a lot of really nice drugstore brow pencils, but I do like it. And the brow gel, I have to say, my brows don't feel super held in place just based on how they feel. So I remember it having a better hold on it, before when I used to use that brow gel, but it's not bad, just an observation. The Merit shadow, very pretty. I liked how it applied. I love this warm brown color, the Vachetta color. I just did a very light wash of it today. I will let you know in a comment, and I will do this for all the products. In the description box, I will leave my comments on how this wears throughout the day, because by the end of 8 hours, I should kind of know if the eyeshadow does well, the mascara, the foundation, everything. So make sure to check that out in the description box. But I liked it. I really love a one and done shadow, so I am hoping it wears well throughout the day. Also really like this About Face. If you have Urban Decay Space Cowboy, I think you get a very, very similar effect to that, so you probably don't need it. If you have any of those really glittery lid toppers, you probably don't need it, but it is very pretty. It looks pretty over that Merit shadow. The mascara is okay. I will see how it wears, if it transfers. I don't know. I don't love how it looks or how it applied, but it wasn't bad, just not anything that really stands out. And then the lip, I love. Patrick Ta lipstick, very, very beautiful if you like a matte lipstick. He has a ton of beautiful colors, but this one in Flushed is one of the new shades. Really nice if you like a matte finish. And then, I mean, this is a lip oil. It's a very pretty dusty rose, which I love, but obviously there are tons of lip oils out there, but I will say this one feels really good and hydrating on my lips. It's not sticky, and I love the color. So those are kind of my overall thoughts as of now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will have everything that I showed you today listed and linked below. They are affiliate links, so I do make a commission if you shop through them. That supports me and this channel. Make sure to subscribe and follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1, and I will see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.